Hi everyone, I did it again. I clogged the garbage disposal. So it's been a long time since I've done that, but since the last time I did, I bought this 3/8 inch nut driver. So I'm going to use that this time and see if it works better than just using a regular screwdriver. So in my other video, I showed that I've got this center panel between the two doors, and the former owner put these kitchen cabinets in. If I ever redo these, I will not have a center thing. I'll have cabinet doors that meet, and because it's so much harder. So this is what I'm talking about here with these nuts that are actually screws, that I would use a screwdriver, but apparently this is supposed to be easier. I don't know how easy it is to film, but I might have to tweak my position of my camera a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. So this is what I told Incinerator in my other video, that I didn't like that these screws were left and right. I thought they should be top and bottom, and they sent me something to talk about the design. So this nut driver, you have to get the right size. So if you're wondering what size you should get, take one of these out, screws out, and go over to the hardware store and just say, this is what I need. Especially if you're like me and you don't know what you're doing. Oops, and you don't want to tilt the camera. So I'm going to go on this side. Usually I stick my whole body in here, but I've got the camera, I've got the light, and my hand might be in the way. Let's see, I'm trying to not hit the light, but oh, I can actually do this from this angle. That is interesting. So yes, this makes it a lot easier. And by the way, I'm taking this off here because other ways that a couple other people have suggested have not worked. So there's a lot of water in here today, and someone suggested, well, he said, you know, he uses the plunger above the sink up here and just plunges the water in. I tried 2 plungers. It didn't work. So this is what a professional had done when I hired somebody to do this for me. There's going to be a lot of water coming out, so this should be fun. Now, while this is unscrewed but not completely out, I'm going to use these big, let me see if you can see that, big pliers. Get this off. And no, I cannot take this off with my hand. My hands are not strong enough. I always forget which is lefty-loosey and which is righty-tighty, because it depends on which way you're facing. This is loose. Okay, so I have to get it going. Now, some people have suggested that they're just going to take off this U-shaped piece, which is apparently called the P-trap, and then they just unclog it there. Well, you know what? That's not where the clog is. The clog, let me move the camera again, the clog is right here. Right here. So taking these pieces apart, you can't get to the clog. The clog, you have to take this piece off. And I'm only doing what a professional did that I paid a guy money to do. All right. And I'm going to actually take these screws completely out that I loosened with the nut driver. All right, this should be fun. Ah! Oh, shoot. Oh, I told you there was a lot of water. It was not going down. Sometimes if I let it sit for a while, the water will slowly go through, but it was not going through. Oh, yay. I throw in the screen for free. Oh, there's going to be more. Oh. Okay. Fun has just begun. And then I'm going to take this off. Oh, there we go. Lots and lots of stuff. Can you see that? Yep, it's parsley. I put too much down at once, and then I didn't keep the water running. It goes down nicely. So you see where I'm saying the clog is? It's right here. And and it's a tight little spot right here. And I had cut it in smaller pieces ahead of time, but anyway. Let's see. And then you can always take a paper towel. Do not turn on the sink at this time. And you can take a paper towel and clean this. And I'll probably clean it off camera, so you don't have to watch me do that. When you're ready to put it back, put this left end in first, if this is the direction of if your disposal is on the right. And I line this up, but I don't tighten it yet. Then I like to put the thing, attach this thing back. Let's see if you're getting it good. To the disposal. It's a little hard to do when I have a camera and a light, like I said. And normally I don't really need the light. I just have it out for the camera, but it is nice. I just have a utility light. One of these cheap utility lights that I bought at a hardware store years ago. It's a silver piece that you put a bulb into, and then I just have has a clamp that you can clamp onto something, and now I can't see what I'm doing. And I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing without me blocking the camera, but that might not happen. So this is where it gets hard. Let's see. Maybe you can see what I'm doing here. Oh! Oh crap. Maybe I'll keep it. Got it. Oh, I want to do this so that you can see, but it's really hard. Incinerator. I can't see through this plastic pipe what I'm doing. Let's stick my little head in here. It's still hard, but I think tightening it is going to be easier. Okay, so now I've got my trusty little thing here, and I'll do a bit on one side and a bit on the other side. And clean this off later, so you don't have to watch me do that. But I'm just turning it, and it's working very nicely. Oh my gosh, this is so much better than using the screwdriver. We're going to do tight. Okay, and now I'm going to do this one, starting with, yes, my hand. You can see I've done this many times. And then I'll use this, hello, to finish tightening. Get it really tight. And then what you want to do when you're done is turn on the water and check for any leaks. You do not want leaks. Been there, done that. Okay. I might need to get a new one of these someday. Alright, maybe that's as tight as it's going to go. Then turn on the water. And make sure everything's nice and dry here and here. And then you can run all that stuff through the disposal again. So it worked, the 3/8 inch nut driver, and this is, I don't know if I'm using my little camera today, so this is what was attached to it, a 3/8 inch nut driver. They're not too expensive and so much better to use on the garbage disposal than a regular screwdriver. I put 2 raggedy towels at the bottom, just in case there's water that escapes, and then I have 2 buckets. I only have a square bucket and I have a rectangular bucket. That's what I got. So